Hello, everybody out there. Dave Beck here, designer of Distilled, owner of Paverson Games. I thought I'd just make a quick video about reboxing Distilled. There's been some questions online about it, and I figured, why not? Let's do it. So here we go. Right, so what we're looking at here is all the other stuff that's out from Distilled after you've probably punched and organized. You're going to have found this right away, and hopefully you didn't throw it away because it helps you just a reminder to do something special. But then also on the back side, for the English copy, you've got a little quick diagram as well in case you need a reminder. So you might want to keep this around for that. The first thing it does say, though, is after you punch your stuff out, don't throw these away. Put these at the bottom of your box. Why? Because this is going to keep everything flush. We designed it that way so everything is going to stay flush. You don't need to necessarily throw that out. You can throw out the silica packets as well as obviously the card wrapping stuff, and then reuse the bags if you'd like. From there, we're going to take this card tray, the first of the trays, and put it in. There's a couple unique things about this tray, so I want to walk you through this. I'm going to show you a couple specific things, but beyond that, you can do it however you want. The one thing that I usually like to do is, because this tray is a little different here in this corner, I'm going to put my solo cards, I'm going to split them roughly in half. Whoops, sorry, off camera here. Split them roughly in half and kind of stack them in there. We don't want it to go above this separator in the middle. You'll see why in a second, because then I'm going to take my jumbo size cards, all of the recipes, as well as the player aids, and I'm going to stack them right there. So that's designed specifically for that location. That's really the only place a certain card has to go based on a size that isn't apparent. I'm then going to take my goals and put them there. Again, enough room here for the expansion, for a sleeve, the African Middle East expansion, the sleeve cards as well. We tried to design it for sleeve cards. So you're going to see that there's a lot of room here, but hopefully you can still make do even if you have the base game. Don't mind the dented box. This actually was shipped from China straight to me a month or so ago, and it unfortunately incurred some damage, so I'm using it as my demo. I like to put in the top left corner my signature ingredients as well as my distiller. So these are the special ones for each distiller, as well as the distiller identities themselves. That's just for easy setup because I'm just going to take a couple of those and put the rest in the box. Then going across, and again, this is in no particular order, but it's nice for setup, easy setup. I'm going to put all my flavor cards there, face down. I'm going to put all, now using it like the market row, or like the market itself, I'm going to put the upgrades there, face down. I'm not going to put the ingredients face down, because then I'll not know what ingredients are what. So I'm going to put my premium ingredients face up here. I'm going to put my premium items, because they do have a label on the back here. So now my market is all right there. I'm going to take my basic items because they have a different back, and that's going to be easy for my basic ingredients down here for the basic market. And then I'm actually going to stack all my basic ingredients there. I don't have to do that, but again, as long as I don't go above this lip, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to drop all my alcohol cards here. And again, remember why I'm putting these face up is because all these have identical because of the nature of the mechanic of the game. I want to have those face up. And then last but not least, I put my starting glass bottle and barrel here. Again, these could technically be face down, I guess, because we have that too. They could probably also go over here, but I do have an extra spot, so I'm going to put that there. Now, with the game, the next thing we're going to put down is we're going to see that there's some grooves to hold the edges in place of the scoreboard. So you can see when I put that in now, that's being held in place there. It doesn't shift around. Now, it did come with a little light cardboard as well as a little bit of this kind of foam. You can put those down if you want. That will protect it extra special because Game Trays unfortunately did a little bit of a mess up where this was scratching. The next thing I put in was scratching this or getting dented below. So that's your call if you'd like to put those in or toss them. Next, of course, we're going to have our cool game trays. The way I've set this up is I've got moonshine and vodka at the top because there's doubles of those. All the signatures in that long row as well. And then I've separated out each individual spirit label as well. All the others will have 5 each. You'll notice in the center I've got the 50-100 tracker as well as the 5-player trackers. You can see there's 4 open spots as well as a bunch of open spots there. That's again for the expansion. So if you're someone that got the African Middle East expansion, you can pop that in there as well and that'll all fit. So I'm going to take that and I'm just going to place that on top there. divide them how you like, but I put the recipe cubes in one and the money in the other. You could mix and match. I've seen some people choosing to do that. But you can see then on top of the scoreboard, I'm putting these two and I'm good there. Okay. Now, the next spot that comes up is going to be the final tray. In here, I'm going to place this tray on top. I've placed my Spirit Awards, divided those up nicely. I've put my barrel as well as my first player marker here. And the Master Distiller is not a gameplay component. It's more just for fun to hand someone who wins the game. I'm then going to take my, my 5 recipe clipboards. I'm going to place those here in this little bay. On top of that, I'm going to take my folded basic market, right? So it's folded up, and that places right on top of that, okay? My truck slips in, and it's a little hard to see, so it's good that we're doing this. My truck actually slips in right there. There's a nice little spot for that to place there as well. And then last but not least, my 5 separate player mats, my player boards are going to go here. We can see again that there's a curved line that follows that. And then, of course, the pieces are all done, but I have 2 pieces left to go. I've got my main rule book that should go flush and square in there, and my first taste on top of that. And again, if you want to keep this as a reminder, put it somewhere you can, but you can see that everything is nice and flush so that when we put our box on, it will not only close fully flush, but also keep it nice and tight. Okay, so again, that's how you pack up Distill. Helpful to you. Again, I wanted to go through something very quick for those that like visual learners. Hope you're having fun playing Distilled, and Slàinte mhath, everybody.